Imagine getting a call from PBS saying you're going to record a story for us. Oh, and it's in D.C., and it's the March for Our Lives. Yeah, pretty overwhelming as a student. But here in Northview, we get things done, so we went to work immediately. So we created a campaign video to gain funds for the project, and like that, we reached our goal with the help of this guy, Neil Tricarico, who organized this whole trip. We made it to step 1, the green light. We all packed our bags and headed to LAX.
So this is the start of the journey to Washington D.C. to cover the March for Our Lives for PBS.
You know, when you're surrounded with the right team, you feel it, you get the sense of unity. And we were all on the same page because we did our homework.
Nando's scared. How you doing? Come on in the vlog. You don't want to?
I should hate myself more, I swear. I have at least like 10 things of candy, dude. $4. You know, a parfait.
Eating parfait.
All day.
Everyone got their snacks, and we were ready to embark on this incredible journey.
I'm gonna sleep in like 30 minutes.
You know, getting on that flight without your parents feels pretty unusual, but you feel accomplished in that everyone's trusting you. We were all so excited that we got minimal sleep on the flight. We landed at Washington Dulles at 6:34 a.m. Ready to work.
We have just touched down in Washington. I believe we're in Washington. Are you filming a music video? Honestly, I got like an hour of sleep on the plane. I'm just too excited. Right now it's 6:44, but in LA it's 3:44. So really it's 3:44. So tripping.
Here we are. Just landed. Getting ready. We landed at Washington Dulles, right?
Something like that.
Getting ready to pick up our bags, the equipment, and head to our hotel, see what it's like, get a taste of this Washington East Coast weather. What are you feeling right now?
We're not even outside yet.
We were in fact so excited that we lost some of our crew, so this set us off a couple minutes. But it's all okay because we found some of them.
Oh no!
Jones was on our flight. See you at March for Our Lives.
Good job.
Damn.
Did you already retweet it?
You just liked it.
Nice job.
What just happened?
Van Jones, the reporter.
Yeah? What happened? Andre,
Huh?
what happened?
Oh, he just liked my tweet.
What do you have to say about that?
About Van Jones liking his tweet?
Yeah.
I don't know. Van Jones sounds like a cool name, so I guess he's a cool person. I have no idea who he is.
What about you, Miss Woods?
Proud.
Proud of your student? How about you guys?
I think that's amazing. It's fascinating.
And then the last person.
You look cute, Fernando.
Were you still in the bathroom?
Yeah. Then I went to ask where's baggage. And I should have looked up. I didn't look up.
All right, let's go this way.
now what it feels. Oh.
You okay?
Shit.
Yeah, I got that. Yeah, I got that.
You okay?
Oh shit.
I legit was thinking that too. I was like, wait, what's gonna happen when it goes forward?
I was just gonna say I now know what it feels like to be in a New York subway, and then it just goes. Oh.
Because I've had carousel 2.
We made it. Shut up. How's everyone feeling?
Cold. My nose is.
I love this weather.
How are you,
I didn't
Dre?
think I had enough candy. I need more.
Good.
You guys want
cold.
cheese
A little cold. Oh, I have secret.
How about you, Miss Woods? You feeling good?
Feeling great. I do. I have cheese.
It was about a 45-minute drive from Washington Dulles to Arlington, Virginia. It was a beautiful morning. And here was our new residence for 2.5 days.
Hey guys, so we made it here to our hotel. Just took a shower and we're gonna be headed out to meet with PBS in a couple minutes.
Oh, well. Alright, we got phone, wallet, charger. We ready? Let's get
Ready.
it popping.
Let's go.
We gotta. What room number are we?
506.
Oh shit, John just called me.
What?
John just called me right now.
No, I'm here too.
Hey, sorry about that. We're heading down the elevator right now.
John Finoglio is a reporter from KTLA 5 News that we were very fortunate enough to have collaborate with us.
You don't want any sound bites of them, no interviews.
And then we ate at Busboys and Poets, a restaurant that we were familiar with, having researched the menu. We ate with Bill, Christy, Madeline, and Leah from PBS. And then we took in some sights on our way to their headquarters.
Yeah, and the what's it called?
You always stay a student.
Right.
Always learn. Always something to learn. Right.
It was an amazing sight to take in, knowing that this is where all the magic happens. We went to work immediately at our pitch. After brainstorming hours on end, we came up with our subject matter, our specific angle on the story, and how we were going to execute our pitch.
I think this is a worthy thing right now to have some of the material, but
how strong they would be with what they say, it would probably like be that because she experiences it the most. Like she hears it, how she said every 30 minutes.
Isn't the ultimate job of a school to keep students safe?
Safe and educated. I mean, it used to be just educated, right? And now it's safe and educated. Seriously.
What you probably should do if there's a school shooter.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah. Okay, I see.
For school? Like random questions about like school safety? And only, yeah, Valerie probably asked you one of the
How do you
questions.
feel about
Only 58% of our students felt safe at our school.
safe
Yeah.
school?
Yeah, it's the pivot. It's
You
the
stand-
pivot
yeah,
in the
you-
package.
It was so
and it's
crazy.
Totally,
But what makes a school safe varies.
totally it.
That's the stand-up
Yeah.
and what, and then
That's the
after.
stand up, because it's the pivot.
Yeah, after we may not.
Can we talk about images now, since we've kind of hit, we now have like a skeleton of like. So anyway, I don't know, she said 9 to 9:30, we'll play it by ear. If it's a lot later, we'll adjust. If it's a lot earlier, I'll text you guys. I'll be up from like probably 7 on that. We just get to see. Do it two at a time, as in, like for the interview with Camila, we'll just do the box. You know what I mean? I'm just gonna turn them like for the cat sound round of the interview.
I love this thing.
Know what I mean?
This is my
I'm
favorite
gonna
thing
throw you
ever.
headphones so you'll be listening to the interview.
Yeah. Then after our pitch meeting, we went to go meet Judy Woodruff and the crew at the PBS Newshour studio. We had to keep quiet as it was a full functioning hot set.
I think tonight we probably won't have Shields and Bros. Oh yeah. We did.
PBS Newshour used no green screens, only real set pieces.
No, this picture.
Andre, why don't you read what's going on the screen? You got them on there. A huge bill to fund federal government.
Alright, my turn.
So I'm the person that's basically in charge of producing the show every day.
We got to talk with the news director and producer.
The two, like in that neighborhood, there's a lot of gun violence. One of them, which she witnessed her cousin get shot in the car. So we're really, they're going to be at the march too tomorrow. So we're going to be
That's where the that's an important focus, right? I mean, the trauma of gun violence is not the.
And then we got to meet the Emmy Award-winning Judy Woodruff. We spoke with her about our story and got a couple pictures. And got to see a full working camera crew. Then we got to see more of the facilities, such as the control room, the newsroom, and the offices.
We out here.
I'm Judy Woodruff. On the next NewsHour, the legal cases against President Trump brought by women alleging they were silenced or defamed.
They even had a showcase room for the awards. We then got to speak with their social media director, who's actually retweeted us.
These kids are all from the LA area.
Our Instagram account is @NewsHour, and our Snapchat account is PBS News. We usually use that for like live events, so someone might have that tomorrow.
Okay.
You've retweeted us.
I know.
Here everyone stopped and watched the live taping of PBS Newshour weekend.
This is going on. This you could turn on TV right now. And you could see this. This is awesome.
We then said our goodbyes and headed back to our hotel to get in some sleep.
Dude, oysters are good.
Yeah, okay, I'm actually kind of like, they're cute, but it's just the texture's really weird.
Well, we open at 6. So,
Okay.
Andre, I'm gonna give you.
Pete's Coffee opens at 6.
I'm gonna give you cash tomorrow, okay? In case you.
Alright.
How do you feel?
I feel excited, very cold, but again, really excited to report tomorrow and just meet so many different people from across the nation.
Do you have faith in your students?
Heck yeah.
What are you expecting tomorrow?
Brilliance.
Yeah.
excited, just tired. It's gonna be a long day tomorrow. So, yeah.
Hi.
So this was the morning of our shoot day. We all met and went over what was gonna happen before all the chaos broke loose. As you can see, Dre was pretty happy with himself. Crossed the bridge and we headed out to Pennsylvania Avenue. We met with Mayor Pugh of Baltimore, Maryland. We were the first crew to interview her, which was pretty surreal.
So much. Mayor Pugh, why was it important for you to travel with your children all the way from Baltimore here to D.C.?
Well, I'm really excited that Keys Development invited me to travel with the young people. When they marched down to City Hall, they left their classrooms to express their concerns around the violence that's occurring in our city and in our country. No one should die from gun violence in this country.
Andre then interviewed Jacob Wright, a student that traveled with Mayor Pugh, who gave his perspective on the matter.
It's the right thing to do. It's just not right, in my opinion. Like, people say that we're too young to have an opinion.
Then he interviewed one of the chaperones.
We're here in D.C. today from Baltimore, in particular with 3,000 students from Baltimore, to show representation of a voice that's gone unrepresented on the national debate. National discussion about gun violence. The outcome is about awareness. It's about creating conversation and dialogue, and it's also about showing the fact that young people, in particular, are very upset.
We got some more footage to show how powerful the Baltimore community was as they walked to the march. Equipped with signs, they demanded that their voice be heard.
Enough, let's say it.
All right.
All right.
Then we were off to capture more stories. We came across these children voicing their opinion.
Not guns!
Accompanied with their parents, these children were ready to make themselves known. Our next subject was Chicago's very own youth organization, Brave. In particular, Diamond Ocasio, a 16-year-old riddled with a gun violence epidemic in her own personal life. After interviewing Diamond, we headed over to the Capitol building to record Andre's stand-up.
We just got done shooting some interviews with some people from Chicago, and now I stand before the nation's capital right behind me, here in Washington, D.C. Students from all across
Andre then prepared his final touches for the stand-up.
What makes the school safe varies community to community, student to student. Students from
What's the verb there?
Students from all across the nation are marching today to say that schools need to be a safer place. But what makes a school safe?
We recorded Andre's stand-up.
Student to student.
Glad you guys came.
Got our last few B-roll shots.
Team gotta do their part.
We finished our shoot.
Hey, can we get a picture?
We headed back to PBS to edit the piece. Then found out we got a 1:45 slot on national television. Here it is now.
The NewsHour Student Reporting Labs sent a team to yesterday's March for Our Lives in Washington, D.C., where they spoke with those affected by gun violence. This story was shot and edited by high schoolers from Northview High School in Covina, California. 12th grader Andre Tinoco reports.
Students from all across the nation are marching today to say that schools need to be a safer place. But what makes a school safe varies from community to community, student to student.
Stop killing our future. Black Lives Matter.
The City of Baltimore provided free buses for 3,000 students to travel down to Washington, D.C.
Everybody shouldn't be able to get a gun just because they just want to. There needs to be more rules and make it harder to get a gun.
We caught up with Baltimore Mayor Catherine Pugh as she arrived in D.C.
Voices of urban youth need to be heard. No violence is acceptable. No one should die from gun violence in this country.
16-year-old Diamond Ocasio traveled overnight by bus with the Chicago organization Brave, a peer-led violence prevention youth council. Diamond wants people to understand that in her community, gun violence is a part of their daily lives.
My cousin passed away. His name was Frankie Gonzalez, and he was shot and killed due to being in a crossfire in his car. He was shot in the head. The Parkland kids, for them it was just that one moment. And with us, every day someone dies or a few people die due to gun violence. For us, it's forever, and it has been forever.
No more silence! End gun violence!
We know our facts. We're doing our research, and we will keep standing up for what we believe until what we believe comes true.
For PBS NewsHour Student Reporting Labs, I'm Andre Tinoco in Washington, D.C.
So this is our final day. We're getting ready to leave. Got the Pelican in cases all ready to go. Dre's getting emotional over the service he's watching. And yeah, it was a successful shoot. We're kind of sad to leave. It was a great experience. But gotta go back home to LA and get that young work. Got snacks here. But the hospitality was pretty dope. You know, I felt very welcome. All right. Because we almost missed our flight.
So, 5 o'clock is the last final boarding. So you guys have basically 15 minutes to get prepared foods, packaged foods. You either take it with you, or so get packaged foods or souvenirs, whatever. You got to be at C19 before 5 o'clock. I think I'm good. Thanks, Oscar.
Please remain seated. When the captain turns the sign off, this will be your one and only indication that it is then safe to move out the cabin. Any times are clear of the aisle.
We touched down at LAX and was fortunate enough to meet Edna Chavez, one of the March for Our Lives speakers, along with the South Central Community Coalition.
We're all from different schools around LA. Yeah, so they have a new program it's called.
We were reunited with our families, and that was the end of our journey. And it sure felt good to be home. On behalf of all the students at Northview, I want to thank all the donors and everyone that made this trip possible.